sent shivers down their spines. The old rusted vessel looked like it had been stuck in the store for ages, and it seemed as if it was waiting for someone to come aboard and unveil its secrets. The two friends had heard rumors about the ship, about its supernatural activities, but being adventurous and reckless 20-year-olds, they were not afraid to explore it. It was a stormy night when Alex and Tom decided to venture into the abandoned ship. They had planned the entire thing carefully, making sure to enter the vessel at midnight, and the darkness would provide them with the perfect cover. They had brought along some tools to collect scrap from the ship, hoping to make some easy money. As they stepped inside the ship, they were greeted by the foul smell of decay. The floors were covered in a layer of dust, and the walls were peeling off. It was clear that no one had set foot in this ship for a long time. Alex and Tom cautiously made their way through the narrow corridors, their flashlights providing a dim light in the pitch-black ship. After exploring the ship for a while, they finally came upon the cargo hold. It was here that they hoped to find some valuable scrap. But as they started to collect the rusted metal and old machinery, they began to feel a strange presence in the ship. It was as if someone or something was watching them from the shadows. Ignoring their instincts, they continued their work, hoping to finish quickly and leave. But their hopes were shattered, and they suddenly heard a loud creaking noise coming from the engine room. Both friends froze, their hearts racing with fear. Slowly, they made their way towards the source of the noise, their flashlights shaking in their trembling hands. As they entered the engine room, they were met with a chilling sight. The machinery and equipment in the room were moving on their own, as if operated by an invisible force. And in the middle of the room, they saw a figure standing, its back facing them. They could not see its face, but they could feel its eyes burning into their souls. Panicking, Alex and Tom turned to run, but they found themselves blocked by the figure, which was now standing right in front of them. Its face was contorted in an expression of pure rage, and its eyes were glowing red. Before they could even comprehend what was happening, the figure let out a blood-curdling scream, paralyzing them with fear. Alex and Tom knew they had to get out of the ship as soon as possible. They ran towards the exit, but every turn they took, they were met with more terrifying apparitions. The walls seemed to be closing in on them, and the ship was moaning and groaning as if it was alive. They could hear voices and whispers all around them, and it felt like they were being watched by 100 pairs of eyes. At last, they reached the deck, but the horrors did not stop there. The skies had turned blood red, and the sea was churning violently. The ship itself seemed to have transformed into a giant monster, with its sails and ropes forming claws that were reaching towards them. Alex and Tom were sure they were going to die in that moment. But then, as suddenly as it had started, everything stopped. The skies cleared, the sea calmed down, and the ship returned to its normal state. The two friends were left standing on the deck, shaking and trembling, but alive. They knew they had to leave the ship immediately, and with the last of their strength, they jumped off the deck and swam to the shore. As they reached the safety of the land, they turned to look at the abandoned ship, and they saw it disappear into thin air, as if it had never been there in the first place. Alex and Tom never spoke of the incident to anyone, and they never ventured near the abandoned ship again. But the memory of that terrifying night stayed with them forever, a constant reminder of the dangers that lurk in the unknown. The ship remained a mystery, and many years later, people still tell stories of the supernatural activities that occurred on that stormy night.